The summary of Hack the Buyer Brain, brought to you by Click-Through College. Chapter 1, Introduction to the Buyer Brain. Chapter 1 of Hack the Buyer Brain introduces readers to the concept of the buyer brain and its significance in marketing. It emphasizes the importance of understanding consumer psychology to create effective marketing strategies. The chapter highlights the complexity of the buyer's decision-making process, influenced by emotions, perceptions, social factors, and cognitive biases. Thorough market research is emphasized to identify customers' needs, desires, and pain points. Understanding their motivations and goals allows marketers to tailor messaging and offerings. The chapter also introduces the concept of the customer journey, highlighting different stages of awareness, consideration, and decision-making. By mapping out this journey, marketers can identify key touchpoints for engagement. A customer-centric approach is stressed, focusing on meeting customer needs and expectations. Chapter 2, The Power of Perception. Chapter 2 explores the role of perception in shaping consumer behavior. It discusses techniques to shape consumer perceptions, such as framing and priming. Framing involves presenting information in a way that influences consumer opinions, while priming activates specific associations in consumers' minds. The chapter highlights the importance of anchoring, where a reference point influences consumers' perception of value. It also emphasizes the ethical considerations of perception manipulation and the need for transparency in marketing. Chapter 3, Emotions and Buying Decisions. Chapter 3 focuses on the impact of emotions on buying decisions. It explores different emotions that influence preferences, motivations, and brand loyalty. The chapter emphasizes the power of storytelling in creating emotional connections with consumers. It highlights the use of authentic narratives that resonate with consumers' aspirations, fears, or desires. The importance of understanding emotional triggers is stressed to develop marketing messages that evoke the desired emotional response. The chapter concludes by emphasizing authenticity and maintaining credibility in leveraging emotions. Chapter 4, The Science of Persuasion. Chapter 4 explores the science of persuasion and provides practical strategies for marketers. It covers principles such as social proof, scarcity, authority, and reciprocity. Social proof involves showcasing positive reviews or endorsements. Scarcity creates urgency through limited availability or time-sensitive offers. Authority is established by featuring experts or certifications. Reciprocity involves offering value up front to trigger a sense of obligation. The chapter emphasizes aligning these principles with ethical practices and transparency. Chapter 5, The Role of Cognitive Biases. Chapter 5 discusses cognitive biases that impact consumer decision-making. Confirmation bias, availability heuristic, anchoring bias, and loss aversion are explored. Confirmation bias seeks information that confirms pre-existing beliefs. Availability heuristic makes decisions based on readily available information. Anchoring bias relies heavily on initial information. Loss aversion favors avoiding losses over acquiring gains. The chapter highlights leveraging these biases ethically to shape consumer perceptions. Chapter 6, The Influence of Social Factors. Chapter 6 examines the influence of social factors on consumer behavior. It covers social influence, social norms, and reference groups. Social influence is the impact others have on attitudes and behaviors. Social norms guide behavior based on societal expectations. Reference groups serve as a basis for comparison or aspiration. The chapter stresses understanding the target audience's social context and creating campaigns that foster social acceptance. Chapter 7, Building Trust and Credibility. Chapter 7 focuses on building trust and credibility in marketing. Transparent communication is highlighted, along with social proof and affiliations with trusted organizations. Delivering on promises and providing exceptional customer service are emphasized. The chapter discusses managing online reputation and engaging with customers. The role of influencers in building trust is explored. The chapter concludes by emphasizing the importance of trust and credibility in establishing long-term relationships. These chapter summaries provide an overview of the key topics covered in Hack the Buyer Brain and offer insights into the strategies and concepts discussed throughout the book. Chapter 8, Creating Memorable Experiences. Chapter 8 of Hack the Buyer Brain emphasizes the importance of creating memorable experiences for consumers. It explores the elements that contribute to memorable experiences and provides practical strategies for marketers to implement. The chapter highlights the power of storytelling in creating emotional connections with consumers. By crafting compelling narratives that tap into consumers' aspirations, fears, or desires, marketers can engage consumers on a deeper level and create memorable brand interactions. Sensory marketing is also emphasized as a means to enhance the overall brand experience. Engaging multiple senses, such as sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, can create immersive and memorable moments that leave a lasting impression. Personalization is discussed as another strategy for creating memorable experiences. By tailoring products, services, or communications to individual consumers' preferences, marketers can make customers feel valued and understood, leading to a more memorable and personalized experience. The chapter provides practical examples and guidance on incorporating these elements into marketing campaigns, emphasizing the importance of consistency and aligning the brand's values and personality throughout the customer journey. Chapter 9: The Power of Branding. Chapter 9 explores the impact of branding on consumer perceptions and preferences. It delves into the elements of effective branding and provides strategies for marketers to develop a strong brand identity. Brand personality is discussed as a crucial aspect of branding. By defining the human traits and characteristics associated with a brand, marketers can evoke specific emotions and resonate with their target audience, fostering brand loyalty. The chapter emphasizes the power of brand storytelling and communicating the brand's values, history, or purpose. Crafting compelling narratives helps differentiate the brand and create a deeper connection with consumers. Consistency in branding is highlighted as a critical factor. From visual identity, including logos, colors, and typography, to brand voice and messaging, maintaining consistency throughout all brand touchpoints builds recognition and strengthens brand associations. Authenticity is also discussed, as aligning the brand's actions and communications with its core values and promises builds trust and credibility with consumers. Practical strategies for effective branding are provided, including conducting brand audits, defining brand positioning, and developing brand guidelines. Ongoing brand management and monitoring are emphasized to ensure relevance and resonance with consumers. Chapter 10: Nudging Consumers Towards Action. The final chapter of Hack the Buyer Brain focuses on practical strategies to nudge consumers towards taking action. It explores the concept of choice architecture and provides guidance on designing the decision-making environment to influence consumer choices. The chapter discusses the power of presenting options and framing them in a way that guides consumers towards desired actions. Marketers can highlight specific features or benefits to make them more salient or position options to emphasize their value proposition. Effective calls to action, CTAs, are highlighted as essential elements. The chapter provides guidance on designing CTAs that are clear, compelling, and tailored to the desired action. Persuasive language, visual cues, and urgency-inducing techniques can increase the likelihood of consumers taking the desired action. The use of incentives and rewards is explored as a motivation strategy. Offering discounts, bonuses, or loyalty programs creates a sense of value and reward for customers who take the desired action. Gamification is discussed as a means to engage and motivate consumers. Incorporating game elements, such as challenges, progress tracking, or rewards, into the consumer journey makes the experience enjoyable and encourages continued engagement. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of removing friction or barriers that hinder consumers from taking the desired action. Simplifying processes, providing clear instructions, or offering support can facilitate decision-making and increase conversion rates. By understanding consumer decision-making processes, designing effective CTAs, incorporating incentives or gamification, and reducing friction, marketers can nudge consumers towards the desired actions and increase conversions. These chapter summaries provide an overview of the key topics covered in Hack the Buyer Brain, and offer insights into the strategies and concepts discussed throughout the book. The summary of Hack the Buyer Brain by Click-Through College